Chinatown nuts.
It's crazy.
It is full China, dude. Chinese down there.
And that was part of the racist podcast comments that got comedian Shane Gillis, who was only hired last week by Saturday Night Live, fired. He's also made homophobic comments on the podcast. Gillis initially defended what he said by explaining that he pushes boundaries and occasionally misses. That drew more backlash from, among others, presidential candidate Andy Yang, who tweeted back at the comedian, "I prefer comedy that makes people think and doesn't take cheap shots." But Yang also advocated for forgiving Gillis. Here's the candidate on CNN Sunday.
I do think anti-Asian racial epithets are not taken as seriously as slurs against other groups. But at the same time, bigger picture, I believe that our country has become excessively punitive and vindictive about remarks that people find offensive or racist, and that we need to try and move beyond that if we can, particularly in a case where the person, is in this case, to me, like a comedian whose words should be taken in a slightly different light.
And the firing comes on the same day that Yang says he will sit down with Gillis to have a conversation and try to build some understanding. Yang tweeted today, "Shane Gillis reached out. Looks like we will be sitting down together soon." In response to the firing, Gillis wrote, "I'm a comedian who was funny enough to get on SNL. That can't be taken away. Of course, I wanted an opportunity to prove myself at SNL, but I understand it would be too much of a distraction. I respect the decision they made. I'm honestly grateful for the opportunity. I was always a Mad TV guy anyway." Details are not yet available about where and when that sit-down will happen. From 30 Rock, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.